Today, we're going to look at 3 missing person cases that are eerily similar. But before we get started, welcome to True Crime with Maneater. If you love all things true crime, including missing person cases, cold cases, and just the strange happenings in the world, you've come to the right place. If you'd like to support the channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on alerts so you never miss a video upload. Let's get started. Although there's not much information on this case, I think it's really important to highlight it. Jackie K. Boyer was a 12-year-old girl who seemingly vanished. Jackie was last seen in her bedroom in Windsor, California at 9:30 p.m. on May 21st, 1980. She would be discovered missing around 7 a.m. the next day. During the investigation, they noticed a chair was outside the window, and the window had been pried open from the outside, but there was no indication of a struggle. And even stranger, Jackie had a 9-year-old brother who was asleep in the room at the time of her disappearance, and he didn't see anything or hear anything. It appears that she went missing in a pink nightgown. She had gold stud earrings. She had a gold-colored Timex watch with a black leather band and a white shell necklace. But strangely, there were some things missing from her room: $7 in cash, a maroon nylon ski jacket, and blue jogging shoes. Jackie wasn't known to have a boyfriend at the time, and it appears there wasn't any problems in her life. She was a 6th grader at her school, and unfortunately, she has never been seen or heard from again. Jackie is a white female with blonde hair and brown eyes. She has a small scar on the inside of her right forearm, pierced ears, and a small mole in the center of her back. The thing that gets me about this case is 2 things. There was a chair below her bedroom window, and the window had been pried open from the outside. And strangely enough, things had been taken from the home, from her room: $7, a jacket, and some shoes. To me, it sounds like Jackie had planned this. Perhaps she knew somebody was coming to get her. The thing is, I think she trusted the wrong person. To me, this seems like maybe somebody had groomed her and then obviously abducted her. I can't imagine another 12-year-old coming to the window, getting on the chair, and prying it open. For me, it just seems too strange. And because there was no struggle, and her brother didn't hear anything, and that certain things were missing from her room, it feels like she knew the person. As I stated earlier, this next case has some eerie similarities. 14-year-old Alicia Navarro was living at home with her mother, stepfather, and 2 younger siblings in Glendale, Arizona. Alicia was described as having high-functioning autism, for which she took daily medication. The young girls seemed to struggle with social interaction and often became overwhelmed. Alicia had just began high school when she left her home in the middle of the night and never returned. Her family would recall that a few months before she went missing, she became immersed in online gaming, and she was using Discord. And for those of you that don't know, Discord is like a chat platform where you can chat and post things, but you can also talk. Like, you can video chat, you can just talk, one-on-one, you can talk in groups. It's really interesting. Alicia really liked the game Minecraft, and it appears she was very tech savvy. She did have a laptop and a cell phone. Alicia was very routined, and then suddenly her behavior seemed to change. She was very interested in makeup and dressing a little bit provocative, and suddenly protein powder. On September 15, 2019, around 1 a.m., Alicia came downstairs but ran into her mother. Alicia got a glass of water and asked her mom when she was planning to go to bed. She said she loved her and went back to her bedroom. Around 7 a.m., Alicia's mother, Jessica, woke up and started cooking breakfast. She assumed that her daughter was still in bed when she noticed that the door to the backyard was open. She would head outside and see lawn chairs pushed up against a brick wall. But it wasn't just pushed up against the wall, it was under Alicia's bedroom window. She had run to her daughter's room and found it empty. There was a note sitting on her dresser that read, "I ran away. I will be back. I swear. I'm sorry, Alicia." Jessica and her husband immediately reported her daughter missing. Alicia would take a backpack, her computer, her cell phone, body spray, makeup, comic books, but she didn't take any of her chargers for her electronics, which meant Alicia had been planning to return home. Investigators would soon determine that she may have been groomed by somebody she met online. As they dove into their investigation, Alicia's friends would tell investigators that she might run away to California because she had a boyfriend, and it appears around this time is when her behavior began to change. Several witnesses would begin reporting seeing Alicia on September 20th which was her 15th birthday. They said she was seen with an unknown African-American male with facial and neck tattoos. Witnesses would claim that he was dragging her around by her hand. Everyone began to fear that she had been trafficked. Her mother would go on to say, "We just need to find her, and I need to know that she is safe. My girl is out there alone without me. It's horrible. I just need her back home. I just feel like she's in danger. She would have never gone this long, not without getting in touch with me. Someone has her, and I'm so worried. It could be the difference in life and death for your child. Please monitor everything they do. I don't want anyone to go through the same nightmare I'm going through." As of September 20th, 2022, Alicia turned 18, although she hasn't resurfaced. She was last seen wearing a white sweatshirt, a white denim skirt, black and white Vans sneakers, and she did have braces at the time of her disappearance. If you have any information, you can contact the Glendale PD. Our final case highlights that technology can often be dangerous for young people. Sophie Reeder was just like any other 15-year-old living in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Her parents were divorced and she lived with her father. On May 20th, 2017, Sophie was at home just like any other typical evening. Around 11 p.m. that evening, her father told her it was time to go to bed. Unfortunately, when he woke up the following morning, Sophie was gone. Her bag with $300 cash was left behind, as well as other personal belongings. He said that he went to her room, saw a candle burning, and her computer on her bed, but she wasn't in her bedroom. Her father, Patrick, initially thought she went to stay with her mother, but then they soon realized she was nowhere to be found. They would report her missing to the Fort Lauderdale Police Department. Investigators did discover surveillance footage of Sophie walking with her headphones on, and they did have her cell phone records, which placed her in the immediate area until around 9 a.m. the same morning. They did believe that the phone probably died or shut off. And unfortunately, the young girl has never been seen or heard from again. Unfortunately, Sophie's parents would soon learn some distressful information. Sophie was going to school virtually, and during this time, she would frequent sugar daddy websites that connected her to older men in her area. Her parents had no idea that she had been on these sites. Her mother would say, "When I went through her room, I saw things like stockings and garter belts, booze, drugs. I'm just surprised that she would even think about bringing that into my house. She picked the wrong crowd to hang out with, and I totally believe social media and being on the computer and talking to the wrong people led to her disappearance." A Fort Lauderdale police detective would go on to say, "The grim reality is she could be in a very dark situation right now, which is why we're hoping for any tips or any leads that could get us information so that we can locate her safely." Unfortunately, Sophie's mother now fears her daughter is a victim of human trafficking. She would go on to say, "As a mom, I have conflicting feelings that even if maybe it would be better for her to be dead than have the life she's having now. What does she have to do to survive? I just could imagine what kind of hell. I think she's probably strung out on drugs and having to prostitute." It appears that Sophie was last seen wearing a brown fur coat, a black dress, and red Converse sneakers while wearing her white headphones. Apparently, a month after she went missing, the investigation into her disappearance led police to a home in Fort Lauderdale near the high school she had been attending. The investigation led them to dust for fingerprints, and they interviewed 3 men inside the home, but no arrests were made. But they left with 25 cell phones, along with 2 computer towers, ammunition, and a pair of headphones. Although Sophie Reeder went missing when she was 15, she would be 21 today. I think these cases really highlight the need to be very cautious, not just children, but everybody, when using technology. Everyone is still hopeful that all 3 girls are alive and well today. A $25,000 reward is being offered for any information that can lead to Sophie. If you have any information about the whereabouts of Sophie Reeder, you can contact the Fort Lauderdale Police Department. That's it for today, guys. If you like this video or any other video on my channel and want to support, be sure to subscribe and turn on alerts so you never miss a video upload. If there's a case you'd like me to cover, pop in the comments below and I'll be sure to get to it. In the meantime, check out some other videos on my channel while you wait for the next upload, and I'll see you then.